Yo, it's good. It's your man, 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Killian Hayes, I think y'all have heard me talk about him in the past. I've been really impressed with his start to the season. I think he's been exactly what they've needed in a lot of ways. But he has a bright future. It just may not be in Detroit. I want to talk about that in this video. If you enjoy it, smash the like button for me, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Let me just start off by saying Killian Hayes came into the league extremely young. He came into the NBA as one of the youngest players in the league. And so he's actually around the same age as guys like Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson, Cade Cunningham, even though he's been in the league technically longer, right? And so what's interesting about his growth is that he's probably right in line with where he's supposed to be. But unfortunately, I think for a lot of us in our expectations, we think that he's supposed to be far more developed and not recognizing just where he was starting from, right? And so that's kind of tough because for a lot of American-born players, they do this kind of fifth year high school where they go into a prep school. And so they graduate at an older age at 19, sometimes 19 and a half. And then they go to college. And so they're 19 turning 20. And we don't realize that. And so by the time that they're going into the NBA, they are 20 going on 21, or sometimes already 21, maybe going on 22. And so as a result, they come in with a little bit more development physically, a little bit more maturity, a little bit more skill refinement, and they're ready to go, a little bit more confidence, right? But when you come into the NBA, similar to a guy like Kevin Knox, when you come into the NBA really young, very few do well early. Many of them have to actually learn not just the game, but they have to learn themselves. They have to become an adult with a league full of grown men, people who have families. They're still dealing with puberty type stuff at 18, 19, right? Don't really have a sense of who they are yet and what they can expect out of their lives or even from themselves. All that's to say is that the learning curve is different and their timeline is different, right? But what I see with Killian Hayes is he's figuring it out. Look, he's got the skills. He's got the ability. He's got great positional size at 6'5", a good wingspan, really good basketball IQ. He understands where to be. He's still physically growing into his body, which is a part of the reason why I said that his best days are in front of him. For me, when I look at Killian Hayes, I see Derek White. I see Tyus Jones. I see the type of player that sticks in the NBA for a long time. Unfortunately, sometimes when they're drafted high from a particular team, the level of expectation supersedes what they're actually going to be. And when it does, many times those guys have to find someplace else in order to maximize their careers with expectations that are a little bit more appropriate to who they actually are versus who people want them to be. Now, there's a lot of teams I could see him on. I think he could be amazing someplace like San Antonio. I think he could be really effective someplace like Minnesota, next to Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns, setting the table, right? Low turnovers, not expected to do a lot except knock down open shots and then attack closeouts. Very defined role. I think he could be amazing there. But I don't think that he is a good fit long-term next to somebody like Cade Cunningham. I think as much as they're letting him explore playing more off the ball, I think you still see that he needs weapons around him. Jaden Ivey, for example, or even if you check my other video, if I haven't posted it yet, I will, on Marcus Sasser. I think he could be an amazing piece next to Cade Cunningham, who can be a point of attack defender, but who's also a natural scorer. And not just a natural scorer, but a volume scorer. Somebody who loves to fill it up, who has the instincts, has the acumen and the confidence to take 15 to 20 shots, who could be like a Lou Williams if he has it going and has that heater. He could be almost as good as any superstar, right? And he can just keep knocking down open shots, attacking closeouts, get into the paint, and playmaking at a high level. He also has the defensive ability that allows him to be able to take that responsibility off of Cade Cunningham, defending at the point of attack and the other team's best guard. And these are things that I think Cade needs around him. And I'm not quite sure Killian is going to grow into that. I don't necessarily see him as a high-level scorer as much as he's more of a table setter, facilitator who takes advantage of opportunities. And so long-term, I don't know if he stays there. I don't think he may not even get re-signed, if we're honest, because I see Troy Weaver, Dwayne Casey going out to bring in more veterans, packaging a lot of these young guys, and he might be a part of that, especially as Monty Morris gets back. And so, but at the end of the day, I want to know what you all think. What do you think about Killian Hayes' outlook? What do you think about his start to the season? I don't think it's reflective of how he's been the past 3 years. I think he's turning a corner, and I think some fans are having a hard time giving him that because of the disappointment of the past 3 years. But as always, holler at me in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button for me, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. I'm going to get at y'all next time. Peace.